For more reaction then to the breaking news that Lionel Messi has told Barcelona that he wants to leave the club, Stewart Robson, Frank Leboeuf and Craig Burley with me. Craig, I know you'll say, oh, well, it's not really that much of a surprise, but it is a surprise, isn't it?
No, I don't think so. I don't. I just think Barcelona have become too blasé in their approach to spending, to recruitment, to structure. And I think they always just felt, well, you know, we'll butter the little man up and we'll offer him this, that, and the next thing. And he always signs a new contract and he always stays. And I think he's bored of it. We talked about it straight after the game that, we would not be surprised if he wanted to go to pastures new and try something fresh. I think this is great. I don't know about the boys. I think this is great. Here we have a guy who has maybe got I don't know, at the top level, maybe another 3 years, depending on injury, 4, producing the kind of magic that he has because of his age. And here we have him finally saying, right, who wants to showcase my talents that is not Barcelona? I think this is brilliant. And this is a huge, and I mean huge, kick up the backside for that Catalonian club.
It really is. 33 years of age he is, Frank. He's still got it, most definitely. The big question now that everyone is going to be asking is, where is he going to go? Let's focus, shall we, on Manchester City because of the relationship with Pep Guardiola, because they're one of a few teams you imagine who could afford his wages. Would this work for you?
I think so. Yeah, I think, as you said, he knows Guardiola and Guardiola knows him. So I think he knows how to handle the little man and make the dressing works for him and the club. Of course, City has the finances for that, and I'm not very worried because we know marketing-wise and merchandising-wise that the money comes back very easily when you have big stars. Those kind of players will create problems. The average players who are too much paid will create problems to a club. So I'm not worried about that. I think it's a very good option to see Messi with City in the Premier League, but I think City is not the only club who's gonna go to an offer and make sure they have the former maybe Barcelona player in their team. I think if it's not a surprise, it's definitely an event. And I'm with Craig with that. I want to see that coming. Of course, Barcelona fans will be disappointed, but I think it's in the world of football, it's a real event. Like when we saw Ronaldo leaving Madrid to Juventus, it's even bigger. Seeing Messi leaving wearing another shirt is going to be huge.
Of course, because this is the only club that he's ever known. Robbo, tactically, say City do get him. How does that work?
Well, I think it worked well with Pep Guardiola. I mean, it makes him have to build the team around. When you've got a star player like Messi, you have to build the team around him, and that's what he'll do. He'll probably play him maybe off the front. He can play him in a slightly wider area, and other players making runs beyond him. Midfield would have to be better defensively because he wouldn't be asked to track back and do a defensive side of the game. So I think it works at Man City. When you look at other clubs, I'm not sure it would work at other clubs. It certainly wouldn't work at Inter because he'd have to play up front. Antonio Conte would ask him to be chasing around and closing the ball down. That wouldn't work. I think the setup with Man City would suit him perfectly. He knows the manager knows how to get the best out of him. And I think he would actually improve his play over the next 2 years because he's become a little bit stout, as have Barcelona. It would be great for everybody to see him play for Man City.
Do they automatically
go to Real Madrid?
Yeah, I know. Go to Real Madrid.
I mean, how big would that? I mean, I don't care. I don't support Madrid. I don't support Barcelona. I don't support anybody. So I don't care. Stick 2 fingers up at them. Go to Madrid. Can you imagine? I mean, tell me something. I know I'm being a little facetious here, but would Madrid fans accept him, Dan?
Of course they would. They would love it. It's the ultimate, as you say, 2 fingers up to Catalonia, to Barcelona. They would welcome him, I'm sure, with open arms. Was it Figo that did it going
the other way?
Definitely. No doubt.
Luis Figo went the other way, is that right?
Luis Figo went Barcelona, Real Madrid. Real Madrid fans loved him. Barcelona fans hated him. Obviously, the pig incident as well and the Clasico as well.
But
they would welcome him.
But this is Messi, isn't it? I mean, all right, that's about not even a 1% chance of happening, what I've just thrown out there. But I'm intrigued, and it goes back to your point. somebody was in England was going the last time. Oh, Man City. Somebody actually said this. Where would Messi fit in if he went to Man City? And I'm like, I mean, that's a head scratcher, isn't it? For anybody who watches football, where would Messi fit in? As Robbo said, right, when you have a player with this supreme talent, you plump him in the team wherever you want, and then you put the other 10 pieces around them, don't you? Because here's a guy that's got, along with Ronaldo, has averaged around 50 goals per season. Not this year, I know, but over the last decade or so. And so it's going to be super exciting. If you look at the clubs that have got the finances that can do it, Manchester City, Chelsea have spent big already. Man United have the clout.
Yeah.
There is no doubt about it. Manchester United have the financial clout and the pedigree to go after a player like this. Now, from their point of view, they're trying to peg this huge this gap back to Liverpool and City. What a statement that would be. I just don't know how all the finances would add up. But believe me, Manchester United easily have the clout to pull this off.
Frank, where would you go?
Why we don't think about seeing Messi in the Ligue 1 in Paris Saint-Germain? You know, you see Messi.
Oh, well, you stop this French thing. You've been going on
no,
about
why?
it for
Why?
4 days now.
You don't think Paris hasn't got the money for that? You know, and you see Mbappe, Neymar,
wow.
and Messi.
Don't
Not too
tell
bad.
But if you were Messi, Frank, would you go to PSG? Like, would you not prefer the challenge maybe of a more competitive league?
Maybe. Of course, going to the Premier League is a real excitement for any players because you know that you can win stuff. But I don't know, maybe going to Bayern Munich, City, Liverpool, Juventus, but you have to consider Paris Saint-Germain as well if you want to win another Champions League. So, Paris Saint-Germain has to be taken in consideration if Messi wants to win another Champions League.
Where would you go, Robbo?
I'd go to Man City because one of the most important things about a player's happiness is knowing the manager, making sure the manager knows what you're all about, what makes you tick. And Guardiola is the manager of Man City. He's had him before. He got the best out of him when he was playing at Barcelona. He was the manager of Barcelona. I think they would work magnificently together. And that's such an important thing for a player, to know the coach, know that he's going to get the best out of you. And that's why if I was Messi, I'd be going to Man City.
Craig brought up a good point, Robbo, in the fact that Manchester United are one of the few clubs that have got that financial clout. What a statement it would be. Marketing, it would obviously be a dream. How would you sort out this team around Messi in that sense if you're United?
It's a little bit more difficult because at Manchester City, they dominate possession. You know, when you look at the games, they've got 70% possession most of the time. So he can go and afford not to defend and go where he can get the ball and get on it and make things happen. At the moment, Manchester United aren't at that level. They're still having to battle for possession. They're still having to work hard to make sure they get on top of the opposition. So Messi might not get so much of the ball. So it's a difficult one for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I don't think he would like him, but I don't think Manchester United would get him. Man City has to be the club for Lionel Messi.
Would you choose City, Craig, or you choose someone random just to annoy everyone?
Rochdale.
Rochdale United, that'll be it. Do you agree with Robbo that
Bognor Regis.
maybe his fit at United isn't as seamless as it is at City?
Yeah, well, look, something we talk about, he wants to go there and he want to be playing for every trophy that's out there. And Robbo's absolutely clear. United are a building block at the moment to potentially, and I say potentially, get back to being amongst the big boys again. City are a couple of really good defenders away from doing that. And so we know they're going to lose David Silva. But we already know they've got an unbelievable amount of attacking talent. So this just adds to the goal threat. And it just means that City then have to go out and say, right, it's absolutely crystal clear what we need to do. We've been able to bring this guy in. We've got a good goalkeeper. We need to shore up the back line, whether that's by player recruitment or a defensive coach, whatever it is. But they know exactly what they need to do. And he would be then going into a team that, as Robbo said, one, he's had great success in a relationship with the manager. Two, they dominate games for fun. Three, they're going to be in every competition fighting for the next couple of years because they're back in the Champions League, as we know. And 4, they play an unbelievably great and attractive, entertaining style of football. So on the face of it, if he's going to be going to England, of course, Bayern Munich offer most of those things as well, apart from the coach. But if he's going to be thinking about England, and we're not being presumptuous about this, then Manchester City look like the best fit for him for the next 2 to 3 years.
Gents, thank you very much. I'm sure it's a conversation that we're going to have a lot over the next few days. The destination for Lionel Messi on the day that he said he wants to leave Barcelona. Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.